So you're lying in bed, trying to manifest your desires, and your mind is just racing. Thought after thought after thought. You're trying to visualize, you're trying to feel it real, but then there is this constant chatter drowning everything out. And probably the worst part is that the more you try to control it, the louder it actually gets. If you're dealing with anxiety around manifestation, and if you're burned out from trying to make things happen, I want you to know there is actually hope. And it's not what the manifestation community has been telling you. So if this is something that you're struggling with yourself as well, then grab your favorite hot or cold beverage and let's get started. Hi, I'm Marta and welcome to my channel. To work with me or get some of my free resources, visit the description box below. So look, I've been there, believe me, sitting in meditation, trying to get into that stillness. And my mind is just trying to give me a highlight reel of every worry, every what if, every comeback I should have said yesterday in the conversation, every item that I forgot from my to-do list, every limiting belief I thought I already dealt with. And then you start spiraling because you think, great, now I'm just, not manifesting my stuff because I ruined my manifestation routine for today, simply because I cannot control my thoughts. So here's what I really need you to hear. This is completely normal. Your mind isn't broken. You're not doing it wrong. And there's actually a reason this is happening that no one's really talking about in this space. People often tell me that they cannot meditate because their mind is just so busy. It's just too much going on. But I show you how it can actually help you. So here's the thing, manifestation world got only half right. Your thoughts do matter, but not in the way that we've been told. You've probably heard that you need to think positive thoughts or flip your negative thoughts. Choose just better thoughts to create your future because they manifest. And listen, I bought into this for a long time as well. But this is only half truth, and it's why so many of us are exhausted trying to control something that we cannot really control. Because here's what's actually happening. Your mind has only one job, and that job is to keep you alive. That's it. Your mind and your body are really good at their job. So even when you're not in actual danger, your mind doesn't really have this off button. It keeps giving you content to analyze because it keeps scanning for threats, because that's literally its only function. We cannot be angry at it for doing its job. And when you try to fight those thoughts, when you try to flip them into positivity or force yourself to think differently, you're actually giving them more energy. You're engaging in a battle with your mind. And spoiler alert, the mind will always win in that game. Because no matter if it gets a positive or negative attention, it gets attention. And that energizes it even more. So what is really going on? Why can't I just stop thinking? Why can't I control my thoughts? Your thoughts aren't actually random. They are manifestations themselves. Manifestation of emotions that are trapped in your body, probably since childhood, So based on the emotion that you feel, you enter a state, and then it comes with its own set of thoughts. These emotions are connected to the limiting belief and just, some wounded part of yourself that once helped you survive. They are literally your badges of honor. They helped you get through difficult times. But here's the problem. You are an adult now, and these old survival mechanisms are still running the show, no longer serving you as they did before. They're impacting how you see yourself, how you see the world, other people, how you interact with your desires as well. The sense of urgency comes from that too. And why are these emotions still there? Because we never truly allow ourselves to feel the negative emotions. We suppress them and repress them, distract ourselves with work and, entertainment, just staying busy and maybe having a glass of wine here and there, or more. We do everything except actually feeling what's here. And only feeling frees us from them. This is how you burn the energy behind them, because emotions are just energy in motion. And the energy has to be consumed somehow, freed, released. Every belief and every recurring thought lives somewhere in your body. It's not just an abstract, this intangible wisp of some sort of logic living in your mind. Maybe it's tightness in your chest when you think about money. Maybe it's this knot in your throat when you try to speak your truth. Maybe it's tension somewhere in your belly or your pelvic floor. Sometimes these trapped emotions even show up as pain, illness, and chronic health conditions. And here's what happens when you keep pushing these emotions down. Eventually, they can't stay contained anymore. They explode outward into an illness or breakdown, some event in your life that just forces you to release that emotional energy because it cannot stay here. Otherwise, it blocks you. It blocks the flow of life. So if this is resonating with you and you want to learn more about how to detach in manifestation, comment the word flow below, and I'll send you my free masterclass on how to actually let go so your manifestations can just come through to you. So what do we do about all this? Firstly, we need to understand something fundamental. You are not the thinker. You are the awareness that notices the thoughts. You're not your mind. You're the one observing your mind. And this changes everything. Because even if your mind is very busy and you use it as an excuse to not meditate, as many of my friends that I talk to actually do, you can notice the thought. You are noticing the thought. And that thought that was just pesky and annoying and didn't allow you to meditate suddenly allows you to be aware. So it's actually helping you. It's actually making the resting in awareness even richer, because the thought is the object of your awareness. You can be aware of it. Thus, sitting in stillness as awareness. You are the awareness of being. I am. The real goal isn't to control your thoughts or flip them into positivity. The goal is peace that lies in letting them be just as they are without assigning them a meaning or trying to change the experience. And from that peace, the manifestation happens naturally when you no longer really want these things because you are just the observer of what's happening. And it doesn't happen from forcing, not from doing more or finding the best technique, but from being who you are and living this life from this true nature of yours, like the actor just playing a role. You, awareness, are experiencing this world through this human. This is just your vehicle that allows this to be experienced. So here's what actually works. Let the mind do its thing. Your thoughts are like clouds passing through the sky. You don't have to grab onto every single cloud that you notice. You don't have to fight them. You just notice them and say to yourself, that's okay that it's here. I can see this worried thought. I can see this limiting belief, and I just let it go. The more attention you remove from them, the less power they have over you. And this is where your freedom truly begins. And if you notice a limiting belief or doubt coming up, you can speak it out loud and decide that this isn't going to be your truth anymore. Make it into a ritual where your words have the power to let go of what you're feeling or experiencing, what's holding you back, because the words do have that power, because it takes only one of your powerful decisions. And second thing is to feel what's actually here. When anxiety comes up, when fear comes up, or this tightness in your chest appears, don't run away from it. This is important. Don't distract yourself. Feel it as it is. Trust yourself enough to do this. Where is it in your body? How does it feel like in your body? Not the story about it, not who caused you feel this way, but the actual sensation in your body. Just feel and listen. And when you do this without resistance, without trying to modify this experience in any way, you expand your nervous system's capacity to receive and hold what you're calling in, your desires, your dream life, something that felt out of reach for you before, for your nervous system. You heal through this increased awareness. You expand. And when you release this emotional energy behind these patterns, your true self with the capital S takes over. The peace, quiet joy, love for life, and just enjoyment of your being. This is your natural state anyway, so just coming back to it. And the next thing is to practice being and not doing. Just sitting in stillness and meditating should be your daily non-negotiable. Just experiencing your being. This is how you detach from this person, from the thoughts. This is your time of stillness where emotions don't matter because you're just the observer on them. You're just distancing yourself from it. I also have this I am observer meditation on my channel. So if you still don't know what it means to just observe your emotions, I highly encourage you to check it out. It will be here. And I also had times when I didn't meditate regularly. And these were the times I felt lost and just unguided. And I lost that peace as well. And I always just find myself coming back to sitting in stillness, to meditation. And this natural peace just comes back. I abandoned my meditation practice enough times to see the pattern that if I make the sitting in my true nature non-negotiable, all else just flows to me in this stillness. And I feel a lot of peace to know that this really, really works. Now, here's the part that just trips most of the people. So take a deep breath in to absorb this info. You have to remain in stillness long enough to actually experience the materialization of your desires. There is this gap between the moment you decide that, yes, this desire is for me, and the moment it actually shows up in your experience. And in this gap, you must remain still, not physically, but emotionally, unmoved. But if you have a lot of trapped emotions in your body still, then this stillness will feel impossible. It will feel unbearable, like you just have to do something to speed things up because you want this thing so much right now. And due to this urgency, this is the exact moment when most people either reach for another technique or coaching or another method, something to speed things up, because the doubt rushes them into, getting the control back and doing again. This is not trust. And lots of people give up altogether because it feels like too much. Like, no, I have to control this. So maybe this doesn't work at all. Maybe it's all a lie after all. And I totally get it. When those emotions start rising up, when the discomfort just hits, our instinct is to do something, anything, to just make it stop because it feels unbearable. But that's not the way towards fulfillment. That's the old pattern running again to avoid, distract, and control. That's not trust. That's not surrender. And if this is you, if you find yourself constantly switching methods or feeling like you just can't stay still with yourself, you might really benefit from my program, the Unwavering Manifestor Experience. Emotional regulation in moments exactly like this is one of the core pillars of the program, which serves you not only in manifestation, but in all domains of life for the rest of your life. Because you can learn, all manifestation techniques in the world and read so many books. But if you can't regulate your nervous system in this waiting period, none of this matters if you just can't stay still enough and trusting in the unfolding to actually see this in your experience. And the beautiful thing in all this is that when you do this work, the positive thoughts and gratitude appear naturally. You don't have to force them or have this gratitude practice to list 3 things you're grateful for every day. They're just a side effect of healing. They come on their own, even when you're not trying. You just naturally find yourself grateful for your life and for what you have. Look, your racing mind is not an enemy. It's trying to protect you, but you don't have to let it run your life anymore. You are in control. The path to manifestation isn't through doing more, like more affirming, more forcing. It's through coming back to peace, to your true nature of I am, coming back to that stillness, knowing exactly who you are. Not that I am this person with these problems, but just I am, pure awareness, pure being, unattached and needing for nothing. And if you're wondering about your specific blocks in manifestation that are keeping you stuck in this pattern, I have a free workbook called From Stuck to Flow that helps you identify your unique manifestation blocks and paves the way forward. It's not about fixing yourself. You're not broken. It's about seeing clearly what's been in the way so you can release it. So comment free workbook to get the link. And remember, it's not that you choose your thoughts. You receive them, you perceive them, just observe them. But you always get to choose where you place your attention. And when you place it on peace, on presence, on the stillness, beneath all the noise, that's when everything shifts. And you are ready for this. I am sure of that. I just hope that you believe that too, and just come back to your inner wisdom instead of outsourcing it somewhere else all the time. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope that this video is helpful to you, that you get something from it. But if you still have some questions, then please let me know in the comments. So subscribe for more content on manifestation from this grounded and embodied place. Links to my weekly newsletter, Self-Love Letter, free resources and ways to work with me are in the description box below. These are the videos that YouTube think that you should watch next. And remember, you are brave, you are loved. Be kind to yourself. Bye now.